Welcome to the road to tranquility, a journey to inner peace where we explore ancient wisdom to find grounding in the chaos of modern life. This space is dedicated to those over 40 who are beginning to seek deeper meaning, clarity, and calm in a world that rarely slows down. If you find what we share valuable, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Together, we will continue this journey of exploring Buddhist teachings, not just to understand them, but to live them with mindfulness, presence, and peace every day. Something is stirring in the energy around you. Aries, you've felt it, haven't you? That subtle pull on your instincts. The hairs on your neck rising when no one is near. The way your intuition whispers that someone is paying attention, closer than you'd like, and far more invested than you realized. Welcome to June 2025, a month of piercing clarity, magnetic attention, and cosmic awakenings. As the zodiac's bold trailblazer, you're no stranger to the spotlight. You thrive in movement, action, and fierce independence. But what happens when the light turns into a surveillance lens? When admiration blurs into obsession, or when curiosity conceals envy? This isn't about fear, it's about power. You are being watched for a reason, and not just by people. The universe is watching too, setting in motion a spiritual storyline that will challenge your confidence, intuition, and sense of direction. Someone is observing your journey because they sense a shift, a rise, a reckoning. But who are they? What do they want? And most importantly, how should you respond? Over the course of this in-depth astrological journey, we'll explore everything hidden beneath the surface. Planetary influences triggering attention and exposure. Karmic connections pulling strings from behind the curtain. Signs, synchronicities, and spiritual messages tied to this surveillance. The psychological motives behind those who observe, envy, or secretly admire you. And the energetic tools you need to reclaim your power, set boundaries, and shine authentically. This is not just a horoscope. It's a roadmap, a deep, 20.000 word dive into the secrets of June's cosmic blueprint for Aries. So buckle up, ignite your intuition, and step into the fire of awareness. Because the eyes are on you, and it's time to find out why. Chapter 1. The Cosmic Awakening. There are times in life when the air thickens. Though no storm is in sight, you feel the weight of something unspoken. The tension of being observed even when you're alone. June 2025 begins exactly like that for Aries. You're not imagining things. This is not paranoia. This is the energy of cosmic surveillance. A spiritual phenomenon where the universe, and certain people, take a deeper interest in your choices, your growth, and your light. The month opens with Mars, your ruling planet, blazing through Leo. This fire-to-fire alignment amplifies your visibility. People notice you more. You're magnetic without trying. But like any bright flame, you attract not only warmth and admiration, but also shadows. Let's pull back the curtain and understand what this really means. Fire, you're being seen for a reason. To understand this moment, you must realize something crucial. You've changed. Internally, your perspective has matured. You've been shedding old beliefs, people, habits, whether consciously or through the friction of life. You're in a new energetic vibration. And people feel it. Some don't even understand why they're drawn to you again. A friend who drifted, an ex who ghosted, a coworker who always seemed passive-aggressive. The watchers are emerging from their energetic corners, not always visibly, but psychically. You've stepped into a new phase of power. That's what the cosmos are magnifying. The universe amplifies those who are in transition, especially those becoming more aligned with their soul's mission. You, Aries, are now vibrating at a frequency that commands attention. This is cosmic law. Evolution attracts awareness. Milky Way planetary support and shadows. Let's decode the major transits influencing this sense of being watched in June 2025. Mars in Leo, your public persona. This placement is electric. You're assertive, attractive, and far less apologetic. You're making bolder moves, perhaps in your career, personal expression, or even style. This activates your fifth house, the house of creativity, romance, and recognition. Result: you stand out without trying, and people notice. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, social web recalibration. Pluto rules transformation. And Aquarius governs groups, technology, and networking. As this heavy hitter retrogrades through your 11th house, themes of social power and influence come into focus. Someone in your circle, past or present, might be energetically stalking your glow up. Result: unfinished business with old allies or enemies is being stirred. Neptune in Pisces, hidden awareness, in your 12th house of intuition and the subconscious. Neptune increases your psychic sensitivity. You're able to pick up energy shifts, vibes that don't match words. Even if someone says, "I'm happy for you," you feel their envy beneath it. Result: gut instincts are razor sharp. Don't ignore them. Mercury in Gemini, whispers, information, secrets. This fast-moving planet sparks conversation and reveals information. June may bring messages out of nowhere, DMs, calls, accidental meetings, even gossip reaching your ears. Mercury activates your 3rd house of communication. Result: you start hearing your name in places you didn't expect. The invisible observer phenomenon. In spiritual terms, when someone is watching you, it doesn't always mean physical stalking. It can also mean they're thinking about you obsessively. They're checking your energy remotely, even unknowingly. They're watching your social media but not engaging. They're talking about you behind closed doors. They're sending psychic cords or emotional tethers. This month, you may feel like you're never truly alone. Even in solitude, there's a strange pull. Aries is a fire sign, active, outward, forward-moving. But this energetic watching pulls you inward. It almost feels like pressure. Like someone's expectation is weighing on you. Don't let it destabilize you. Instead, treat it as proof of your growth. People only watch what they admire, fear, or don't understand. Brain-mental shifts. Staying grounded under attention, being watched, even energetically, can create psychological effects. Self-consciousness. You begin editing yourself, questioning your instincts. Should I post that? Should I reply? Imposter syndrome. Old doubts resurface. Why do they care about me? What do I really have to offer? Hypervigilance. You overanalyze interactions, fearing every word might be misinterpreted or misused. June is your opportunity to rewrite that reaction. Instead of shrinking, own the stage. Let the awareness of being seen refine you, not restrict you. This isn't about becoming paranoid or fake. It's about being mindfully authentic. When you embrace being observed, it stops being a threat and becomes a mirror. Let what others see in you remind you of what's truly there. Stop sign WHO exactly is watching you. Though not always clear at first, you can begin to intuit who this watcher might be. It could be one of several archetypes. The ex with regrets. Someone who once had a deep connection with you now realizes what they lost. They're checking in subtly, curious, remorseful, perhaps even hoping for a second chance. The rival in disguise. A former friend or colleague who always saw you as competition. Your recent wins make them uncomfortable. They're watching to compare, not celebrate. The secret admirer. Someone you didn't expect, maybe a coworker, follower, or acquaintance, who is fascinated by your energy but unsure how to approach. The karmic mirror. A person sent by the universe to reflect who you were back to you. You'll notice a strange emotional reaction to them. Familiarity mixed with discomfort. Whoever they are, they're not here by mistake. Crystal ball spiritual reasoning. Why now? You're being observed in June because you're about to step into a threshold moment, a symbolic rite of passage. This is the month when old cycles demand closure. Your inner fire becomes external. People feel your distance as you grow. Unseen influences try to pull you back to old patterns. Being watched is the universe's way of saying, are you ready to be seen, not just for who you are, but for who you're becoming? This is your initiation into energetic sovereignty. Once you understand this, the watcher loses their power. Because it was never about them. It was always about how you choose to respond. Speech balloon journal prompts for awareness. To sharpen your inner knowing this month, ask yourself, who keeps appearing in my thoughts, dreams, or memories lately? What situations make me feel exposed or uneasy, and why? What part of me is afraid of being truly seen? Am I dimming my light to avoid being misunderstood or envied? What boundaries can I set to protect my energy without closing my heart? Sparkle's final thoughts for Chapter 1. Aries, you are rising. With that rise comes recognition, admiration, jealousy, questions, and yes, watchers. But don't let that unsettle you. You are not a target. You are a trailblazer. You are not being attacked, you are being witnessed. And witnessing is a gift. Not everyone gets to be seen by the universe this way. This is your cosmic awakening. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. And while they do, you keep moving. You keep glowing. You keep rising. Because what's coming next is not just attention. It's alignment. Chapter 2. Planetary positions. Who's really looking? To understand why you're being watched, Aries, we must look beyond the physical realm. You already feel the eyes on you, subtle, electric, piercing. But to truly grasp who and why, we need to examine the blueprint that rules it all, the planetary positions. The cosmos don't lie. In astrology, transits, the current positions of planets in the sky, act as the energetic weather forecast for your soul. While your birth chart is the static map of your personality, purpose, and tendencies, the planetary transits are dynamic. They move, shift, and shake the terrain of your life. And right now, June 2025 is drenched in cosmic activity that activates exactly the kind of attention you're experiencing. Let's dissect the planetary players one by one, and reveal not only who might be watching you, but what part of your soul they're reacting to. Red circle Mars in Leo. Your fire is blinding them. Mars is your ruling planet. It governs how you take action, assert yourself, fight for what you want, and lead. When Mars moves into Leo, another fire sign, this placement supercharges your external presence. Leo is theatrical, radiant, and bold. It rules the 5th house, which in your solar chart covers your public creativity, passion, romantic magnetism, and self-expression. Mars here makes you impossible to ignore. In June, this Mars-Leo alignment acts like a spotlight on your life. You're not hiding in the background. You're doing more, sharing more, being seen. This isn't accidental, it's archetypal. Now, here's the kicker. Not everyone watching you wants you to win. Some are inspired, some are intimidated, and some are simply trying to keep up. Who's really looking? That former creative partner who never quite found their stride. A love interest who now sees your glow up from afar. Someone who once underestimated you, and is now questioning their judgment. You are embodying power. And the moment you step into power, you magnetize both praise and projection. Ringed planet Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Your network is shifting. Pluto is the planet of power, transformation, hidden motives, control, and karmic cycles. It's slow, intense, and when retrograde, it digs up buried truths and long dormant shadows. Aquarius, on the other hand, rules your 11th house of friendships, community, social media, group influence, and visibility. Combined, Pluto retrograde here becomes one of the most potent signs that someone from your digital or social orbit is energetically plugged into you, possibly obsessively. Unlike Mars' flashy attention, Pluto is the dark web of astrology, quiet, watching, power-hungry. This is the ex-friend stalking your posts, the peer who once cheered you on but now competes with your every step, the online acquaintance watching from burner accounts, even family members who don't speak often but have an opinion on your every move. What to look for? Passive-aggressive comments online or in conversations. People mirroring your words, style, or ideas soon after you express them. Sudden coincidences involving people you once disconnected from. Pluto wants you to see what needs to be purged. The watchers under this transit often appear to test your discernment. Will you feed the attention? Or will you rise above it? Fog Neptune in Pisces, invisible ties and emotional cords. Neptune governs dreams, illusions, spirituality, intuition, and the unconscious mind. In Pisces, its home sign, its effects are even more ethereal. And as it moves through your 12th house, it opens the gates of psychic awareness. This placement blurs the line between what's imagined and what's real. You may dream of someone repeatedly, even someone you haven't seen in years. You might feel waves of emotion at random, usually not yours. That's because Neptune in your 12th house creates psychic vulnerability to energetic surveillance. This is the old flame who thinks about you at night, the friend you never got closure with, the person who envies your growth but hides it beneath politeness. Neptune watchers aren't always malicious, they're often confused, nostalgic, or lost, but their energy latches on. How to spot them? You feel emotionally drained after thinking about them. You see their name or hear their voice in dreams. You sense someone thinking about you, even from miles away. Energetically, these watchers haven't released you, and you may not have fully released them either. Speaking head Mercury in Gemini, the buzz around your name. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. It rules communication, technology, short trips, and how information spreads. In Gemini, its home sign, Mercury becomes rapid, curious, and very talkative. This June, Mercury activates your 3rd house, the zone of conversations, online interactions, rumors, local events, and even gossip. Translation? People are talking. They may be talking about your choices, your successes, your relationships, or your past. Some conversations may reach your ears. Some may not. Either way, Mercury ensures that your name is being spoken, and your energy is in circulation. The watchers under this influence don't just watch, they talk. They're spreading your story, your image, your vibration, sometimes with fascination, sometimes with envy. Watch for signs like mutual friends asking strangely specific questions, people repeating your words without realizing where they heard them, new followers with mutual connections from your past. Mercury doesn't hide, it moves fast. The watcher here may not be subtle, but their curiosity means your aura is active. Heart and Arrow Venus in Cancer, love, envy, and comparison. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and connection, moves through Cancer this month, highlighting your 4th house of home. Roots, privacy, and emotional safety. While Venus here promotes comfort and emotional depth, it also triggers comparisons, especially in romantic contexts. People who once shared intimate space with you may feel your absence more acutely. If you're thriving without them, they notice. If you've found new love or happiness, they feel it, sometimes painfully. Venus in Cancer triggers watchers who are jealous of your emotional fulfillment, regretful they couldn't nurture you, still attached to the idea of what could have been. In some cases, the watcher might not be from your past, they could be someone longing for your affection now, but unsure how to approach you. Mirror Saturn in Pisces. Karma is closing in. Saturn is the lord of karma, structure, and life lessons. In Pisces and your 12th house, Saturn demands soul accountability. It tests your spiritual discipline and forces you to recognize who still holds energetic power over you. If you've ever avoided healing a situation, Saturn will bring it back to you, sometimes through a person watching your every move, waiting for the chance to return, react, or retaliate. But Saturn isn't cruel, it's just thorough. Expect watchers who want closure but never asked for it, blame you for their lack of progress, still believe they deserve access to your life. These observers are karmic ghosts, seeking validation or revenge. Your task is to hold your ground, stay clear, and complete the lesson without falling into guilt or nostalgia. Crescent moon. The moon's phases, when they watch most. The moon governs the emotional tides of humanity. While it moves quickly, through all 12 signs every 28 days. Its phases matter deeply for when watchers become most active. In June 2025, new moon in Gemini. June 6th, new connections emerge. Fresh eyes on you. You may attract attention from new people, especially online. Full moon in Capricorn. June 21st, secrets come to light. Hidden feelings from someone may surface. Emotional breakthroughs, and possibly breakdowns, occur. A watcher may reveal themselves. Moon cycles stir the heart and subconscious. Use lunar energy to check in with yourself emotionally, and listen closely to who enters your mind when the moon is full. Eyes spotlight energy. Not always bad. Let's be clear. Being watched isn't inherently negative. It can mean your leadership is inspiring people silently. Your journey is helping someone else heal. You've become a mirror to others' unhealed wounds. Your presence has power. That's why people feel it, even from a distance. But how they interpret your light is not your responsibility. Man in lotus position energy check in practice. Here's a simple practice to do weekly in June. The observer meditation. Sit quietly. Picture yourself surrounded by a glowing light. Ask, who is thinking about me right now? Wait for the first face, image, or feeling to arrive. 5. Let's complete the chapter 2. Planetary positions. Who's really looking? With the final segment and a strong closing to tie together the astrological insights and psychic awareness we've explored. Glowing star energy check in practice, Kant. The observer meditation, continued. 4. Wait for the first face, image, or feeling to arrive. 5. Ask yourself, do I feel safe, empowered, or pulled? 6. Visualize cutting any cords or attachments you don't want to carry. 7. Breathe deeply. Release the energy with gratitude and boundaries. 8. Open your eyes and write down who or what came through. You'd be amazed how accurate your intuition is when you give it quiet space to speak. Compass cosmic reminder. The planets don't lie. This month's planetary map isn't random. The mix of fire, Mars, shadow, Pluto, illusion, Neptune, and karma, Saturn, reveals something essential. People see you changing, and they're reacting in the only way they know how. Some with celebration, some with comparison, some with confusion, and some with silence that speaks louder than words. Let them react, let them observe, let them wonder. Because you, Aries, are here to lead, not to explain your fire to those still afraid of the heat. End closing thoughts for Chapter 2. The planets are clear. You are no longer who you were. And your evolution is not going unnoticed. Whether it's a silent follower on social media or a karmic presence from your past. People are observing you, some out of admiration, some out of unresolved emotion, some because they miss your light. Others because they once tried to dim it. Now is the time to sharpen your discernment, strengthen your energetic boundaries. Use this cosmic spotlight to rise higher, not shrink smaller. Let the watchers watch. While they do, you walk forward, burning brighter with every step. Chapter 3. The past returns. There's a strange knock at the door of your psyche this month, Aries, and it's coming from the past. You thought you moved on. You thought you outgrew them. Maybe you did, but time doesn't always move in straight lines. Sometimes, it circles back, especially when there's something unresolved. June 2025 is not just a month of being watched. It's a month of resurfacing energy. People from your past are thinking about you, dreaming of you. Some are plotting their return. Others are stuck in their own loops but tethered to you emotionally. And some, they don't even realize they're sending out a frequency your soul can hear. But you feel it, not through texts or phone calls, although those may come, but through the weight in your chest, the flicker of memory, the unexpected dream that haunts you for days. This isn't nostalgia, it's energetic recall. The universe is giving you a chance to decide, do I repeat this pattern, or finally close the loop? Repeat button. Why the past is coming back now. Let's be clear. The past doesn't return randomly. It re-emerges when you've leveled up energetically. There's still karma that hasn't been resolved. Someone else is emotionally projecting toward you. You're about to be tested before a breakthrough. Astrology supports this. Pluto retrograde is digging deep into your social and emotional networks. Neptune in Pisces opens the portal between timelines and the subconscious. Mercury in Gemini sends messages through thoughts, whispers, or unexpected conversations. This isn't just a metaphorical haunting, it's a soul check-in. The question isn't just, why are they back? It's, what are they reflecting back to me? Nazar Amulet. Karmic threads. When relationships never fully end. There are people in our lives who aren't meant to stay, but they're also not meant to vanish without impact. These are karmic connections. And Aries, you've had more than a few. These connections can be former lovers who challenged your worth, friends who mirrored your shadow side, family members whose validation you still crave, mentors or rivals who shaped your ambition. In June, these karmic threads tighten or dissolve, depending on how consciously you engage with them. You might feel their presence more than see their face. But make no mistake, your energy is still dancing with theirs. So, what do you do when the past knocks? Bust in silhouette the different forms the past takes. The past isn't just a person. Sometimes it's a pattern, sometimes a wound, and sometimes it's a test dressed in new clothing. But during this cosmic cycle, many Aries will experience one of these very real visitations. 1. The unexpected message. An ex texts you. A friend reaches out, just to see how you're doing. That person you unfollowed quietly finds a way back. And though it seems harmless, your gut clenches. Why now? Chances are, they've been watching from afar. And now, curiosity has turned into action. But your response should come from your present self, not your past wounds. Ask yourself, do I truly want to reopen this connection? Or am I afraid of closing the door forever? 2. The memory that won't leave. You can't stop thinking about them. Not in a longing way, but in a loop. It's subtle, emotional, sensory, like a song that plays in your bones. Sometimes, they're not thinking of you at all, but often, they are, and your spirit is picking it up. This is an opportunity to process what you never did, to feel the feelings, to release them through writing, meditation, or closure rituals. You don't need to speak to them to finish the story. Ask yourself, what did I leave unsaid? What lesson did I miss? 3. The mirror experience. You meet someone new, but they remind you exactly of someone old. Their voice, their insecurities, their behavior, it's uncanny. This is not an accident. The universe is presenting you with a mirror to see if you'll repeat the same mistake, or make a different choice. Ask yourself, am I falling for familiarity? Or am I healing the old story through a new one? Woman in lotus position. Spiritual reasons for their return. It's not always about them. Often, it's about you, the watcher, the ex, the ghost from your timeline. They are symbolic representations of what you're still carrying. Reasons they return include, you're reaching a higher vibration and their energy is catching up. You need to forgive them to move forward, even silently. You have to see the progress you've made when faced with old temptation. A final soul contract is coming to a close. Remember, Aries, you don't owe anyone your peace. You don't need to reopen your door just because someone knocks. Sometimes, all that's required is recognition and release. Crystal ball. What if you are the one watching? Let's flip the script. What if you're the one still watching someone from your past? Thinking about them, wondering if they think of you too. Checking their page, dreaming of them, feeling like maybe, just maybe, they were the one who got away. This doesn't make you weak. It means your soul is still processing. But be careful not to let memory outshine reality. People can change, but not always in the ways we hope. Ask yourself honestly, do I miss them, or the version of myself I was when I was with them? Heartbreak. Don't confuse closure with reconnection. One of the biggest traps of June is believing that closure must come through another person. It doesn't. It rarely does. If someone from your past reaches out, you don't have to answer. You don't have to explain your silence. You don't have to rekindle what broke you. Closure is an internal ceremony. You write the final chapter, not them. Writing hand journal prompts for healing the past. Use these prompts to unpack what's resurfacing. What relationship from my past still feels open or unresolved? How has that connection shaped my current patterns? What do I need to forgive, myself or them, to feel free? Am I afraid of closing the door permanently? Why? What truth did I avoid in that relationship that I now see clearly? High voltage signs. You're ready to move on, for good. You feel neutral about what used to trigger you. You no longer seek validation from their attention. You've outgrown the emotional dynamic. Even if they haven't, you feel gratitude for the lesson, not grief for the ending. When the past returns, it's not always to rekindle something. Sometimes, it returns because you're finally strong enough to let it go with love. Candle ritual. Cutting energetic cords. If you're feeling tangled in someone's energy, try this. The cord-cutting visualization. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Picture the person in front of you. See a cord connecting your hearts. Say aloud or silently, "Thank you for what you brought into my life. I release you now, in love and peace." Visualize scissors, fire, or light severing the cord. Breathe deeply. Feel the space that opens. Fill it with golden light. Your light. Do this for anyone who feels tied to you without consent. It's not about hate, it's about sovereignty. Compass final thoughts for Chapter 3. The past does not return to haunt you. It returns to ask, have you truly healed, or just moved on physically? In June 2025, Aries, your soul is being given a gift disguised as a ghost. Whether it's closure, karmic release, or one last temptation, this moment is sacred. Handle it with clarity. Don't regress into old patterns. Don't chase what you've outgrown. And above all, don't fear the return. Because you're not who you were back then. And maybe, neither are they. Chapter 4. Signs you're being watched. There's a moment when the air around you shifts. The world feels the same. But you don't. The room grows quieter, even in noise. The back of your neck tingles. A strange thought enters your mind, not yours. But somehow familiar. You're not being paranoid, Aries. You're being perceived. Whether it's someone scrolling through your pictures, thinking about you relentlessly, or even invoking your name behind closed doors. You can feel when eyes are on you, because attention has energy. And in June 2025, you're glowing with a frequency that makes people look up, lean in, and try to understand you. But how do you know when you're being watched, psychically, energetically, emotionally? Let's break it down. The energetics of attention. Every thought is energy. Every glance carries intention. When someone focuses on you, whether with admiration, curiosity, envy, or obsession, they create a tether, a psychic imprint, a ripple in your field. Sensitive people, like Aries with your innate instinct, can feel this before there's any physical proof. Think of attention as a current. Some watch you with soft presence. They cheer you on from afar. Others focus sharply, like a laser, analyzing, comparing, even attaching themselves energetically to your movement. June amplifies all of this. Because of the planetary alignments, Mars in Leo, Pluto retrograde, Neptune in your 12th house, you're tuned in at a soul level. Your subconscious knows. Your body knows. And now, with awareness, you'll know too. Magnifying glass the top 13 signs you're being watched. Here are 13 specific signs: spiritual, psychological, emotional, and physical, that you may be under energetic observation. 1. You start thinking of someone out of nowhere. You haven't spoken to them in months, maybe even years, but suddenly, they pop into your thoughts repeatedly. You think about a random moment. You recall their voice, their scent, a specific interaction. The memory is vivid. That's not nostalgia. That's psychic tethering. Often, when someone is energetically thinking about you, especially with strong emotion, you begin to pick up on their vibrational echo. 2. You feel watched when you're alone. You're home. The door is locked. Your phone is off. And yet, you feel like someone is observing you, not with fear, but with a strange awareness. You might glance over your shoulder, check the window for no reason, get goosebumps without cold air, feel like someone is standing behind you. This is your aura reacting to energetic presence. Certain souls can project their energy toward you, consciously or not, and your field senses it. 3. You dream of a specific person multiple times. One dream might be coincidence. 2 dreams? Possibly subconscious sorting. But when someone keeps showing up in your dreams, and it feels real, like you spoke to them, touched them, felt them, it's often an energetic visitation. This happens when they're sending emotional energy toward you. They're thinking about reaching out. You share a karmic or psychic bond. Dreams are spiritual inboxes. Pay attention to who's leaving messages. 4. You start seeing synchronicities related to someone. Maybe it's their name on license plates, a song that was yours suddenly playing, hearing about them from multiple unrelated people, seeing their birthday numbers repeatedly. These are not random. They're energetic breadcrumbs. The universe is signaling that your connection to this person is active and possibly one-sided. Their attention is reaching out through the matrix of reality. 5. You feel emotionally off without explanation. Suddenly anxious, heavy-hearted, restless, even though nothing in your life has changed. This emotional fog might not be yours. It could be someone projecting emotions at you. Emotional residue from someone thinking about you intensely. An unhealed wound being reactivated by their psychic focus. Your emotional body responds to incoming energetic currents. 6. You get unusual spikes in online activity. If you're active on social media, pay attention to old followers reappearing, a silent viewer, watching every story but never engaging, anonymous profiles or new accounts that mimic someone you used to know. Digital presence leaves energy too. If you suddenly feel watched online, you're likely being monitored energetically through your digital footprint. 7. Technology around you acts weird. Sudden phone glitches, notifications that vanish, lights flickering, devices freezing during conversations about specific people. Electronics are sensitive to spiritual activity. If someone is sending strong emotion your way, it can create temporary energetic static, especially if they're watching you through screens. 8. You feel pressure in your third eye or crown. Your third eye, forehead, and crown, top of head, chakras are intuitive centers. When someone is intensely focused on your spiritual or emotional essence, these chakras may pulse, tighten, or even tingle. This is a clairvoyant response to being watched on a soul level. If you feel these sensations often, ground yourself. You're absorbing someone else's energy. 9. Your pets or children react to nothing. Animals and children are extremely sensitive to energy. If your pet starts barking at empty corners, staring at a wall or doorway, acting anxious without explanation, they may be reacting to an energetic presence you haven't noticed yet. Children may talk about someone or an invisible friend at strange moments. Often, they're describing energetic projections, not figments of imagination. 10. You feel physically drained around a certain thought or person. Thinking about them shouldn't feel like emotional exhaustion, but it does. This is a major sign you're being energetically pulled or tethered to someone who's thinking about you intensely. Energetic watchers draw energy from your field, especially if they have unresolved emotion or emotional cords still attached to you. 11. You begin to doubt or question yourself more than usual. Ever notice how certain memories make you feel smaller, less confident, more self-conscious? If you feel more vulnerable, insecure, or second-guessing your choices, and certain people from the past keep resurfacing in your mind, you're likely experiencing psychic interference. Someone is watching you with judgment, or comparing themselves to you, and it's affecting your aura. 12. You keep hearing their name in unexpected places. You open a book, and their name is the first thing you see. Someone mentions them out of context. A stranger says their name, and it hits you like lightning. This is not just memory, it's synchronicity triggered by connection. It means your energetic line with that person is still active. 13. You wake up between 2 to 4 a.m. feeling off. In spiritual circles, this is known as the witching hour or the psychic broadcast window. If you wake up at this time regularly and feel anxious, restless, a strong urge to check your phone, a strange sense of presence, you may be receiving energy from someone's thoughts, prayers, emotions, or intentions. Woman in lotus position. What to do if you know you're being watched. Knowledge is power. If you're picking up on these signs, don't panic. Protect. Here's how. Sparkles. Ground yourself daily. Visualize roots growing from your feet into the earth. Anchor yourself. Stay calm. Sparkles. Use protective crystals. Black tourmaline, obsidian, or labradorite help absorb and repel unwanted energy. Sparkles. Set psychic boundaries. Say aloud, anyone not aligned with my highest good is blocked from my field now. It's simple. It works. Sparkles. Mirror visualization. Picture yourself surrounded by mirrors facing outward. Any energy sent your way is reflected back. Thought balloon. Final thoughts for Chapter 4. Aries. Your fire is radiant, and radiant things get noticed. The watchers, known or unknown, friendly or not, aren't here to break you. They're here to mirror your own growth back to you. Because when people watch, obsess, or fixate on you, it's not always about you. It's about who they become in your presence. So the question isn't just, who's watching me? It's, what does my light awaken in them? Let it awaken clarity, truth, strength, but most importantly, let it awaken your boundaries. Chapter 5. The psychology of the watcher. To understand why someone watches you, Aries, you must step beyond the surface. Watching isn't always passive or accidental. It's an act charged with intention, emotion, and deeply rooted psychological dynamics. In this chapter, we will explore who these watchers are, what drives them, and how to decode their hidden motives. IWHO as the watcher? The watcher isn't a single archetype. They come in many forms. The admiring stranger who watches from afar, captivated by your fire. The ex-lover who lingers in memories and social media shadows. The envious peer who measures your success against their own insecurities. the karmic tie bound to you by unresolved emotional contracts. The observer who fears confrontation but craves connection. Each type of watcher carries a unique psychological imprint. What they share is one commonality. They see something in you that stirs their own inner world. Magnifying glass. Why do people watch? Watching is about more than curiosity. It's about projection, longing, control, and self-reflection. Here are the core psychological drivers. 1. Projection. Seeing their own desires or fears. Often, watchers project their own unmet needs or fears onto you. If you embody confidence, independence, or success they crave, watching you allows them to live vicariously through your achievements. If you represent what they fear losing, their attention can be anxious or hostile. Example: an insecure colleague watches your accomplishments obsessively, feeling their own inadequacy more keenly. 2. Unresolved emotional attachments. Watchers are often emotionally entangled with you in ways that haven't been consciously addressed. This might be an ex-partner stuck in nostalgia, a friend feeling betrayed, or a family member caught in old patterns. Watching is a way to keep connection alive, sometimes unconsciously. Example: a former lover who never fully processed the breakup may watch to hold onto your presence. 3. Control and power. Watching can be about exerting control. Keeping tabs on someone's life, choices, or emotional state feeds a need to feel dominant or safe. This dynamic often hides beneath insecurity but can manifest as jealousy or possessiveness. Example: a jealous partner monitoring your online activity to maintain control. 4. Curiosity and fascination. Sometimes, the watcher is genuinely fascinated by your transformation or mystery. This is common when you're undergoing visible changes, new job, new relationship, or spiritual awakening. Their watching is less about you and more about their own curiosity. Example: a colleague watching your new project progress because they admire your ambition. 5. Fear of missing out, FOMO. Social media and the digital age amplify this. People watch to avoid feeling left behind. They want to know what you're doing, who you're connecting with, so they can adjust their own lives accordingly. Example: an old friend silently observing your Instagram stories to stay in the loop. Brain deeper psychological patterns of the watcher. Now, let's dive into the deeper psychological patterns that motivate watchers and how these might show up in your life. A. Narcissistic supply. Some watchers feed on your energy because they crave validation. They want to be near your light to feel significant themselves. This is often a parasitic dynamic where the watcher benefits at your expense. Signs include obsessive attention, boundary crossing, or attempts to sabotage your growth. B. Envy and resentment. Envy is a powerful motivator for watching. When someone envies your life, achievements, or personality, they may watch to understand what makes you special, or to find flaws they can use against you. Envy can cause passive-aggressive behaviors or subtle undermining. C. Attachment anxiety. Watchers with anxious attachment styles may watch because they fear losing you or not being part of your life anymore. Their attention is driven by insecurity, not genuine connection. These watchers might send mixed signals, showing interest but avoiding direct communication. D. Unconscious patterns and karma. Some watchers are tied to you by karmic threads, energetic contracts formed in past lives or previous cycles. They may watch to fulfill unresolved lessons or because they're triggered by your evolving energy. These watchers often appear mysteriously or repeatedly, with unclear motives. Puzzle piece: how to identify the type of watcher in your life. It's essential to decode who's watching and why. Here are practical steps to identify their motives. 1. Observe their behavior. Are they consistently intrusive or respectful? Silent watchers or overt critics? Supportive or competitive? Their pattern of attention reveals their underlying need. 2. Assess your feelings. How do you feel when you notice they're watching? Empowered? Anxious? Confused? Angry? Your emotional response is a clue to the watcher's psychological effect on you. 3. Check for boundary violations. Are they crossing lines in personal space, social media, emotional conversations? Repeated violations suggest control or narcissistic patterns. 4. Look for patterns of projection. Do they mirror your traits back to you? Are they jealous, fearful, or competitive? Watching often reveals what they can't face in themselves. Shield protecting your energy from unwanted watchers. Now that you understand the psychology, how do you guard your fire? A. Set clear boundaries. Tell yourself and others what you will and won't tolerate. Be consistent. Don't explain or justify, simply protect. B. Don't feed the watcher. Avoid giving watchers the emotional reactions they seek. Stay calm and centered, especially when provoked. C. Cultivate self-awareness. Know your triggers and vulnerabilities. When you feel unsettled, pause and breathe. Reflect on why you feel exposed. D. Seek support. Talk to trusted friends, therapists, or spiritual advisors about your experiences. Don't isolate. E. Use visualization techniques. Imagine a protective shield or bubble that blocks intrusive energies but lets positive energy in. Man in lotus position exercise. Reading the watcher's energy. Try this intuitive exercise. Think of the person you feel is watching you. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Visualize their energy around you. Is it warm or cold? Heavy or light? Notice the emotions attached. Jealousy, admiration, fear, longing. Ask silently, what do you want from me? Listen to your gut response. Understanding their energy helps disarm their power over you. Anti-clockwise arrows when the watcher becomes the watched. An interesting dynamic unfolds when you become aware of the watcher. You start to observe them back. This shift in energy can disarm manipulation, restore balance, empower you to reclaim your story. Awareness turns watching into mutual energy exchange rather than one-sided surveillance. Warning: watch out for toxic watchers. Not all watchers come with benign intent. Beware. Stalkers. Obsessive. Invasive. Sometimes dangerous. Saboteurs. Attempt to undermine your reputation or goals. Energy vampires. Drain your vitality without giving back. Recognize these types quickly and take immediate action to protect yourself. Light bulb final thoughts for Chapter 5. Aries. The watchers around you reflect not just who they are, but who you are becoming. They mirror your strength, your light, and the parts of yourself you are learning to wield and protect. Understanding their psychology arms you with insight and power. It frees you from being a passive target and turns you into a conscious force. Remember, you are the fire. They are drawn to your flame because it reveals their own shadows. You don't have to burn down to light their way. Stand tall, Aries. Watchers will come and go, but your truth will blaze eternal. Chapter 6. Aries and the Power of Presence. In the swirling cosmos of attention and energies, Aries, your greatest weapon is not just your fierce fire or unstoppable drive. It's your presence. Presence is the anchor that grounds your energy, the magnetic force that draws genuine connections, and the shield that repels unwanted watchers. This chapter explores how you, as a dynamic Aries, can cultivate and command presence, transforming how you are seen, felt, and respected, especially in June 2025, when planetary energies heighten your visibility. Mastering your presence is your key to thriving amidst watchers and energetic currents. Fire. What is presence? Presence is often misunderstood as merely being there. But true presence is a vibrational state, a way of inhabiting your body, mind, and spirit fully and authentically. It's the energy you emit when you are rooted in self-awareness, confidence, and calm power. Presence can be sensed by others before words are spoken. It commands rooms, quiets doubts, and makes people stop, look, and listen. For Aries, presence is natural, but it can also be sharpened, refined, and consciously wielded. Woman in lotus position. The three pillars of presence. Presence rests on three interconnected pillars. 1. Embodiment. To have presence, you must inhabit your physical body fully. This means feeling your feet on the ground, aligning your posture with confidence, breathing deeply and rhythmically, moving with intention. Aries' natural fire is fueled by physical energy, so embodiment is your gateway to presence. 2. Emotional mastery. Presence requires emotional stability. When you're calm and clear inside, your energy is magnetic. Emotional mastery means recognizing your feelings without being overwhelmed, managing impulses, especially your fiery Aries temper, responding instead of reacting, staying centered amid chaos. 3. Mental clarity. Presence demands a focused mind. Aries often has rapid thoughts and bursts of energy. But when your mind is scattered, your presence weakens. Cultivate single tasking instead of multitasking. Mindfulness and meditation to calm mental chatter. Clear intentions and priorities. Glowing star. Why presence matters for Aries. 1. It anchors your fire. Your inner fire is your power. But it can also burn too hot, alienate others, or scatter your energy. Presence anchors this fire, allowing you to blaze without burning out or burning bridges. 2. It attracts the right watchers. When you embody presence, you naturally repel toxic watchers, those who seek to drain or control you, and attract those who genuinely support and uplift you. 3. It amplifies your influence. Presence is charisma in action. It gives you natural leadership and influence. helping you manifest your goals with less friction. Collision practices to cultivate presence for Aries. A grounding exercises. Root visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine roots growing from your feet deep into the earth. Feel the strength and stability of the soil supporting you. Breathe deeply into this grounded feeling. Nature connection. Spend time barefoot on grass, soil, or sand. Absorb earth energy to balance your fiery nature. B. Breathwork. Your Aries energy can be intense, so controlling breath calms your system instantly. Try the 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Repeat 5 times. Use breath to pause before reacting emotionally. C. Mindful movement. Engage in movement practices like yoga, Tai Chi, or simple stretching that connect your mind and body. De-centering meditations. Focus on your heartbeat. Sit quietly and place your hand over your heart. Feel your pulse. Let your mind rest on this rhythm. Body scan. Starting from your feet. Mentally scan upward, noticing sensations. This anchors you in your physical presence. E-presence in communication. Speak with intention. Use pauses to emphasize points. Maintain eye contact, not staring, but engaging. Listen fully before responding. Wind-face presence as a shield against unwanted watchers. Presence doesn't just attract, it protects. When you are fully present, your energy field is strong and less penetrable. You send clear nonverbal signals. I am aware. I am in control. Watchers who feed on unconscious energy find no easy access. Crystal ball leveraging presence during June 2025. June's planetary alignments, especially Mars, your ruling planet, influencing your sector of self-expression, and Saturn demanding discipline, offer you the cosmic boost to deepen your presence. Harness this by starting a daily grounding ritual at sunrise, using breathwork before important meetings or social events, journaling your intentions to sharpen mental clarity, reflecting on emotional triggers and responses. Nazar Amulet Case Studies. Aries Presence in Action. Case Study 1. Emma's work presentation. Emma, an Aries, used to feel anxious before presentations. By cultivating presence, grounding before speaking and focusing on her breath, she transformed her nervous energy into passionate delivery. Colleagues noticed her newfound calm and confidence, and her message landed with impact. Case Study 2. Marcus and social media boundaries. Marcus struggled with feeling overwhelmed by online watchers. He began a nightly centering meditation to ground himself, and consciously limited his social media time. His presence became so strong that he noticed fewer intrusive comments and felt less reactive to passive watchers. Glowing star embracing your light fully. Presence allows you to step into your light without hesitation or apology. It is the dance between your inner fire and your outer calm. By mastering presence, Aries, you don't just navigate watchers, you become a beacon. A force of nature whose energy others respect and cannot ignore. Link Practical Presence Toolkit for Aries. Tool purpose: how to use. Grounding visualization anchor energy 5 minutes daily. Visualizing roots. Breathwork. 4-7-8. calm nervous system before stress or sleep. Mindful movement connect body and mind. Daily yoga, stretching, centering meditation focus mind. Morning, evening 10 minutes. Intentional communication strengthen connection. Speak slowly, listen fully. Speech balloon. Final thoughts for Chapter 6. Aries, your power is undeniable, but true power comes from being fully present in your own skin and soul. Presence is your greatest gift, and your most effective defense. It allows you to command respect without aggression, attract what aligns with your highest good, deflect what no longer serves you, shine your fire steady and strong. June 2025 is your cosmic invitation to claim this power. Ground your fire, focus your mind, calm your spirit, and watch how your presence transforms your world. Chapter 7. Protection and Boundaries. In the cosmic dance of energies surrounding Aries, protection and boundaries are not just recommended, they are essential. As the planetary alignments in June 2025 increase your visibility and magnetism, the attention you attract can be both a blessing and a challenge. To thrive, you must become a master of energetic protection and boundary setting. This chapter is your guide to creating safe energetic space, protecting your vitality, and defining clear limits with others, so that you control your narrative and energy rather than feeling controlled or drained. Shield. Why protection and boundaries matter for Aries. Your Aries energy is bold and pioneering, but it can also be vulnerable to exploitation when boundaries are weak. Without protection, your fiery spirit may be targeted by those who want to manipulate, control, or feed off your energy. The price of weak boundaries: feeling drained, anxious, or overwhelmed, experiencing intrusive or toxic attention, losing control over personal space or emotional energy, becoming reactive or defensive, which fuels conflicts. The power of strong boundaries creates a safe space to grow and shine, filters out negative or draining influences, builds respect in relationships, increases your confidence and clarity. Fire. Understanding your personal energy field. Your energy field, sometimes called your aura, is the invisible electromagnetic field that surrounds you. It carries your emotional, mental, and spiritual vibrations and interacts constantly with the energy of people and environments around you. For Aries, this field is naturally vibrant and expansive, but also porous if not consciously managed. Signs. Your energy field is breached. You feel unusually tired after social encounters. You take on others' moods or emotions easily. Your thoughts feel scattered or confused. You have physical symptoms like headaches or tension. Hammer and wrench. Practical strategies for protection and boundaries. 1. Energetic shielding techniques. Energetic shields are invisible barriers that help you maintain your energy integrity. A. The light bubble. Visualize a protective bubble of white or golden light surrounding your entire body. This bubble lets in positive energy but reflects or blocks negative energy. Practice daily, especially before entering challenging environments. Reinforce it by imagining the light thickening with every breath. B. The mirror shield. Imagine a reflective mirror around you that bounces negative intentions, energies, or thoughts back to their source without harm. Use this when you feel targeted by criticism, envy, or passive-aggressive behavior. C. The grounded route. Combine energetic shielding with grounding by imagining roots extending from your feet deep into the earth. This helps you stay anchored and releases any negative energy into the ground. 2. Setting clear personal boundaries. Boundaries define what is acceptable in your relationships and interactions. For Aries, boundaries protect your independence and vitality. A. Know your limits. Reflect on what drains you or makes you uncomfortable. This could be time, emotional labor, physical space, or types of conversation. B. Communicate clearly. Say no without guilt. Use I statements to express your needs. Example: I need some time alone right now to recharge. Example: I'm not comfortable discussing that topic. C. Enforce consequences. If boundaries are crossed, calmly and firmly respond with appropriate actions. Remove yourself from the situation. Limit contact. Seek support if needed. D. Use technology wisely. Control your digital boundaries. Manage social media privacy settings. Limit screen time or interactions with negative watchers. Mute or block toxic contacts. 3. Emotional boundaries. Protect your emotional energy by distinguishing your feelings from others. A. Practice emotional detachment. When someone projects negativity onto you, remind yourself it's their issue, not yours. B. Ground your empathy. Feel compassion but don't absorb their emotional state. Imagine emotions as clouds passing through your sky. 4. Physical boundaries. Your physical space is sacred. Protected by maintaining appropriate distance in conversations. Using body language that signals confidence, shoulders back. Steady eye contact. Avoiding unnecessary physical contact. Tornado dealing with toxic watchers. Identifying toxic watchers. They ignore your boundaries repeatedly. They use manipulation or guilt to control you. Their presence drains your energy or causes anxiety. Strategies to handle toxic watchers. Limit exposure as much as possible. Be firm and consistent with boundaries. Seek outside help if the situation escalates. Remember your right to protect your space and well-being. Woman in lotus position daily practices to strengthen your protection and boundaries. Morning ritual. Shield reinforcement. Visualize your light bubble or mirror shield after waking. Set your intention for the day. I am protected and in control of my energy. Midday check-in. Pause and breathe deeply. Scan your energy field for leaks or breaches. Reground and reinforce your shield as needed. Evening clearing. Take a salt bath or shower to cleanse energetic residue. Use sage, Palo Santo, or sound clearing to purify your space. Reflect on boundary successes and areas for improvement. Shield aligning boundaries with Aries, cosmic energy. Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, represents assertiveness, courage, and action. June 2025 amplifies Mars' influence, making it an ideal time to take bold steps in defining and enforcing your boundaries. Channel your natural courage to protect your energy unapologetically. Use your warrior spirit to stand firm against negativity. Anti-clockwise arrows case studies. Aries protection in action. Case study 1. Rachel's workplace boundaries. Rachel, An Aries struggled with co-workers who constantly demanded her time and energy. After learning to set clear boundaries and visualize her energetic shield, she reclaimed her focus and confidence. Her productivity soared, and her relationships improved as colleagues respected her limits. Case Study 2. Daniel's social media detox. Daniel noticed that social media watchers drained his energy and increased his anxiety. He established strict digital boundaries, limiting online time and blocking toxic contacts. His energy improved, and he felt more present and grounded. Glowing Star Final Thoughts for Chapter 7. Aries. Protection and boundaries are your sacred armor. They honor your fire and keep your spirit safe as you navigate the complexities of visibility and attention in June 2025. Master these tools not as walls to isolate yourself, but as gates that allow in only what nurtures your growth and purpose. Remember, you are the guardian of your energy. Your boundaries are an act of self-love and power. With protection, your fire can blaze freely and fiercely without fear. Chapter 8. Transformation through Truth. Truth is the fire that purifies, the light that reveals, and the force that transforms. For Aries, the courageous, impulsive, and fiery trailblazer, embracing truth is not just a philosophical ideal but a vital catalyst for growth and evolution. In June 2025, the cosmic energies intensify your call toward radical honesty, both within yourself and in your interactions with the world. This chapter explores how stepping into your truth, no matter how challenging, can ignite profound transformation and empower you to navigate the watchers and energies around you with clarity and strength. Fire-white truth matters to Aries. At your core, Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of action, courage, and warrior spirit. Your natural instinct is to charge forward, sometimes recklessly, often driven by passion rather than reflection. However, transformation demands more than fiery momentum. It requires alignment with your authentic truth. The cost of avoiding truth: internal conflict and confusion, feeling disconnected from your purpose, repeating toxic patterns or attracting false watchers, emotional turmoil and burnout. The power of living your truth: inner peace and confidence, magnetic authenticity that draws supportive watchers, clear boundaries rooted in self-awareness, the ability to release what no longer serves your growth, magnifying glass what is truth in the context of Aries. Truth for Aries is multidimensional, involving self-truth, honest reflection on your desires, fears, limitations, and strengths, relational truth, transparent communication and authentic connection with others, universal truth, alignment with cosmic principles and spiritual integrity. Railway track: the path to truthful transformation. Transformation is a journey. For Aries, it can be a fiery, sometimes turbulent process. Here are key stages. 1. Awakening. The initial spark, often triggered by discomfort, conflict, or realization that something in your life needs to change. You may notice watchers or energies pushing you to confront hidden truths. Emotions like frustration, restlessness, or dissatisfaction intensify. 2. Reflection. This is the time to pause and honestly assess What are your deepest values and desires? Which aspects of your life are out of alignment with your true self? What fears or illusions have kept you stuck? 3. Courageous action. Aries excels here, taking bold steps toward change, setting boundaries, speaking difficult truths, or walking away from toxic situations. Choosing to live authentically, even if it means discomfort or conflict. 4. Integration. Transformation is not just change, it's growth. Integrate lessons by embodying your truth consistently, forgiving yourself and others for past mistakes, celebrating your progress and resilience. Glowing star cosmic influences on truth in June 2025. June 2025 brings powerful planetary configurations that support Aries' truth work. Mars in your communication sector drives you to speak your truth boldly and directly. Can spark conflicts if not tempered with awareness. Encourages transparent, passionate expression. Mercury retrograde, part of June, invites you to review and revise your communications and commitments. Reveals hidden truths and misunderstandings. Encourages patience and clarity before reacting. Lunar eclipse highlighting hidden truths. Illuminates unconscious patterns and suppressed emotions. Presents opportunities for radical honesty and release. Fire embracing radical honesty. Radical honesty is the practice of expressing your truth openly, even when it feels risky. Benefits for Aries. Clears confusion and builds trust. Reduces internal tension caused by hiding or masking your feelings. Attracts authentic relationships and opportunities. Tips for practicing radical honesty. Use I statements to own your feelings and thoughts. Balance truth with compassion and empathy. Be mindful of timing and context. Choose your battles wisely. Prepare for varied reactions, and stand firm in your integrity. Brain transforming through self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of truth. Aries, your impulsive nature may rush past reflection, but taking time to know yourself deeply will transform your journey. Practices to cultivate self-awareness. Journaling daily reflections on your feelings, desires, and challenges. Meditation focused on observing thoughts without judgment. Seeking feedback from trusted friends or mentors. Exploring shadow aspects, those hidden fears or insecurities. Anti-clockwise arrows transformation in relationships. Your relationships act as mirrors, reflecting your truths and growth areas. Navigating truth in relationships. Identify which relationships support your authentic self. Be willing to have honest conversations about your needs and boundaries. Release relationships that drain or misalign you. Celebrate connections that grow through mutual truthfulness. Woman in lotus position, spiritual alignment with truth. Transformation through truth is not only mental and emotional but spiritual. Aligning with universal truths. Connect with your higher self or spiritual guides through meditation or prayer. Practice surrender, letting go of control and trusting the unfolding process. Embrace forgiveness as a tool to clear energetic blockages. High voltage case studies. Aries transformation through truth. Case study 1. Sarah's journey from conflict to clarity. Sarah, an Aries woman, faced repeated conflicts at work due to unspoken frustrations. By committing to radical honesty, Expressing her needs clearly and setting firm boundaries, she transformed tense relationships into respectful collaborations and felt empowered in her role. Case Study 2. Leo's Spiritual Awakening. Leo felt lost in the demands of daily life until the lunar eclipse of June 2025 triggered deep emotional releases. Through meditation and journaling, he uncovered core truths about his purpose and began aligning his actions with his spiritual values. Experiencing profound peace and renewed passion. Hammer and wrench tools for transformation through truth. Tool purpose: how to use. Reflective journaling: explore inner truth, write daily about feelings and insights. Radical honesty: practice clear communication, speak your truth in safe settings. Meditation and mindfulness: observe thoughts daily 10 to 20 minutes to build awareness. Feedback sessions: gain perspective, share truth with trusted others. Shadow work: heal hidden fears, explore inner blocks via therapy or self-study. Glowing Star final thoughts for Chapter 8. Aries. Transformation through truth is your gateway to authentic power and freedom. The fire within you is strongest when it burns with clarity, not confusion, with courage, not fear. June 2025 is your cosmic invitation to step fully into your truth, shedding illusions, embracing your whole self, and inspiring those who watch you with genuine light. Stand tall, speak your truth, and watch as your world reshapes around your authentic power. Chapter 9. Aries in love, observed through the heart. Love is a battlefield, and for Aries, it's also a fiery arena where passion, courage, and vulnerability collide. As the cosmic energies shift in June 2025, Aries finds their heart illuminated under a spotlight, drawing watchers not just to their power and presence, but to their emotional depths. This chapter dives into Aries' journey in love, exploring how being observed through the heart can both challenge and transform them, and how embracing vulnerability can unlock deeper connection and authentic intimacy. Red Heart, the fiery heart of Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war, drive, and passion. This influence fuels your love life with intense energy, impulsiveness, and a desire to conquer and be conquered. You fall fast, love fiercely, and defend your heart with equal zeal. But beneath the flame lies a core of sensitivity, often shielded by your boldness, that craves true recognition and emotional safety. Glowing Star, the effect of being watched in love. Being observed in love can feel exhilarating or exposing for Aries. Watchers, whether friends, family, or potential rivals, can influence how you express your affection and protect your heart. Positive effects. Encourages you to show your best self. Motivates emotional growth and transparency. Helps clarify your feelings through external reflection. Challenging effects. Creates pressure to perform or appear strong. Heightens fear of rejection or judgment. May cause guardedness or impulsive defenses. Collision. Common patterns Aries experiences when watched in love. 1. The warrior's guard. When Aries feels watched or judged, the instinct is to armor up emotionally. You might push loved ones away before they can hurt you. Mask vulnerability with bravado or sarcasm. React impulsively to perceived slights. 2. The bold pursuer. Aries love is direct and passionate. Being observed might intensify your drive to chase or prove your devotion. Grand romantic gestures, quick declarations of love, risk-taking to impress or secure affection. 3. The fear of exposure. Deep down, Aries often fears being truly seen for their tender, imperfect self, avoiding emotional depth, preferring action over discussion, struggling to express needs and fears openly. Rose navigating love and vulnerability for Aries. Embracing vulnerability as strength. True courage for Aries in love is allowing yourself to be vulnerable, showing your heart openly despite the risks. Vulnerability invites genuine intimacy. It shifts energy from performance to presence. It fosters mutual trust and healing. Communicating with honesty and compassion. Use "I feel" statements to express emotions clearly. Practice active listening to your partner's needs. Balance your directness with empathy. Setting emotional boundaries. Know when to protect your heart without shutting down. Communicate limits calmly when feeling overwhelmed. Recognize unhealthy patterns and take space if needed. Milky Way cosmic influences on Aries love in June 2025. Venus in Gemini sparks intellectual connection and playful flirtation. Encourages communication and variety in romance. Tempts Aries to explore new social circles or perspectives. Mars transiting Aries amplifies passion and assertiveness in relationships. Can create tension or impulsiveness if not managed. Boosts confidence in expressing desires. Lunar eclipse impact highlights hidden emotional truths and dynamics. Brings endings or new beginnings in love matters. Urges Aries to release old patterns blocking connection. Revolving hearts building deeper connections while under the spotlight. Authenticity attracts true watchers. When you let go of the need to perform or protect, your true self shines. Authenticity invites partners who appreciate your whole being. Creates space for healing and growth together. Builds lasting trust and passion. Balancing independence and intimacy. Aries values freedom but also craves connection. Find ways to honor your need for autonomy without shutting others out. Foster shared goals and activities that strengthen bonds. Communicate openly about your needs for space and closeness. Person in lotus position practices to open your heart and embrace love. Heart-centered meditation. Focus on your heart chakra. Breathing into love and compassion. Visualize opening your heart like a glowing flame, radiating warmth. Journaling love reflections. Write about your desires, fears, and experiences in love. Reflect on patterns you want to change or embrace. Expressive movement. Use dance or physical activity to release emotional tension and embody passion. Allow your body to express what words cannot. High voltage case studies. Aries in love and watchers. Case study 1. Olivia's journey to vulnerability. Olivia, an Aries woman, struggled with opening up to her partner due to fear of judgment. Through conscious hard work and honest communication, she transformed her relationship into a safe space for both to express fears and dreams. Deepening their bond. Case study 2. Ethan's balancing act. Ethan felt overwhelmed by the attention his new relationship attracted. By setting clear boundaries and practicing mindful presence, He maintained his independence while nurturing intimacy, creating a healthy balance admired by his partner and friends. Glowing star final thoughts for Chapter 9. Aries. Love is your most daring adventure, a dance of fire and tenderness. Being watched through the heart can feel like both a spotlight and a mirror, reflecting your deepest strengths and vulnerabilities. Embrace your courage to be seen fully. Let your vulnerability become your power. And remember, authentic love invites watchers who celebrate your whole self, not just your flame, but your heart. Chapter 10. Destiny intervenes when the watcher approaches. In the intricate web of energies and cosmic influences, there comes a moment when the watcher, the mysterious observer who once lingered on the periphery of your life, steps forward. For Aries, this moment is charged with intensity, possibility, and transformation. June 2025 heralds such pivotal encounters, when destiny intervenes, and you must face the watcher directly. This chapter explores the significance of that approach, the dynamics it introduces, and how Aries can harness this moment to rewrite their story, seize empowerment, and navigate the profound crossroads of fate and free will. Milky Way the Watcher. From distant observer to close presence. The watcher, whether a person, a force, or a symbolic energy, starts as a shadow on the edge of your awareness. They observe, analyze, and influence, but do not interfere until destiny calls them closer. The watcher's purpose: to reveal hidden truths, to test your boundaries and resilience, to guide or challenge your growth, to mirror parts of yourself you may not see. High voltage: the significance of the watcher's approach. When the watcher approaches, the cosmic stakes heighten. Your energy is magnetized for direct interaction. Hidden dynamics become conscious. You face choices that shape your future trajectory. Aries' natural response. Impulsiveness may prompt immediate action. Courage drives confrontation or engagement. The warrior spirit seeks to claim control over the encounter. Railway track: the pathways opened by the watcher's presence. 1. Confrontation. The watcher may bring unresolved tensions or truths to the surface. Aries may need to defend boundaries or assert truths. Conflict can lead to clarity or escalation. 2. Collaboration. The watcher could become an ally or mentor. Joint efforts might emerge for shared growth or purpose. Mutual understanding can transform suspicion into synergy. 3. Transformation. The encounter catalyzes deep personal or spiritual growth. Aries is invited to integrate lessons from the watcher's insights. Old patterns dissolve, and new paths emerge. Crystal ball: destiny's role in the encounter. Destiny is not merely fate, it is the alignment of timing, intention, and cosmic flow. Signs: destiny is intervening. Synchronicities multiply around the watcher's approach. Unexplainable feelings of inevitability or urgency arise. Doors open or close in unexpected ways. Aries' role in destiny. Embrace responsibility for choices rather than passivity. Use intuition to discern genuine opportunities from illusions. Act with boldness tempered by wisdom. Brain: mental and emotional preparation for the encounter. Self-reflection. Clarify your intentions and desired outcomes. Identify fears or biases that may cloud judgment. Practice grounding techniques to remain centered. Emotional resilience. Cultivate patience to listen deeply, even if uncomfortable. Prepare to manage defensive impulses without escalation. Embrace vulnerability as a strength in connection. Shield practical strategies for navigating the Watcher's approach. Clear communication. Express your truth clearly and respectfully. Ask questions to understand the Watcher's perspective. Set and maintain boundaries firmly. Energetic protection. Reinforce your energetic shield. See Chapter 7. Use breathwork to stay calm and focused. Visualize releasing any negative energy exchange. Seeking support. Consult trusted friends, mentors, or spiritual guides. Avoid isolation during critical interactions. Reflect on advice without losing your own voice. Shooting star cosmic influences on the Watcher encounter in June 2025. Jupiter's expansive energy encourages growth and new opportunities in relationships. Brings optimism but warns against overconfidence. Saturn's discipline demands accountability and maturity. Tests commitment and long-term vision. Uranus's sudden surprises brings unexpected twists and revelations. Invites adaptability and open-mindedness. Light bulb transformational outcomes of the encounter. Empowerment through clarity. Gaining deeper insight into self and others. Reclaiming personal power and autonomy. Healing and reconciliation. Resolving past wounds or misunderstandings. Building bridges toward future collaboration. New beginnings. Initiating fresh chapters aligned with authentic purpose. Letting go of outdated patterns and Watchers no longer serving growth. High voltage case studies. Aries meeting the Watcher. Case study 1. Maya's confrontation and growth. Maya, an Aries, faced a coworker who had been silently scrutinizing her work. When the Watcher finally approached, a tense but honest conversation revealed misunderstandings and mutual respect grew. Maya's confidence deepened, and her work environment improved. Case study 2. Alex's unexpected ally. Alex was surprised when a former rival, long a Watcher from afar, reached out with an offer to collaborate on a shared passion project. Embracing this unexpected alliance transformed Alex's creative trajectory and expanded his network. Person in lotus position practices to embrace destiny in the Watcher's presence. Meditation on acceptance. Focus on surrendering to the flow of events without resistance. Visualize meeting the Watcher with openness and courage. Journaling your intentions. Write about your hopes, fears, and desired outcomes for the encounter. Reflect on lessons learned post-encounter. Affirmations for strength. I meet my Watchers with clarity and calm. Destiny guides me toward growth and empowerment. I choose actions aligned with my highest good. Glowing star final thoughts for Chapter 10. Aries. When destiny intervenes and the Watcher approaches, you stand at a powerful threshold. This moment is not merely an event but a turning point, a chance to face your fears, embrace your truths, and forge a path of authentic power. Remember, the Watcher's presence is a mirror reflecting your own potential. Engage with courage, discernment, and an open heart. Your destiny is not fixed, it is a living dance of choice, challenge, and transformation. Step forward boldly. The Watcher is here. And so is your moment. Conclusion. Embracing the journey ahead. As we draw this deep exploration of Aries' path under the watchful cosmic gaze to a close, it's clear that being watched, whether by others or by the universe itself, is both a challenge and a profound opportunity. From the initial cosmic awakening to the transformative power of truth, the heart's vulnerability, and the decisive moments when destiny calls forth the Watcher, Aries is invited to step fully into their authentic power. This journey has illuminated the delicate balance between courage and vulnerability, independence and connection, impulse and wisdom. June 2025 marks a pivotal time for Aries to harness these lessons, embracing their inner fire not just as a force for action, but as a beacon of clarity, presence, and love. Looking ahead, the path for Aries is one of conscious evolution, cultivating self-awareness to navigate Watchers with confidence, setting healthy boundaries that protect energy and foster growth, embracing radical honesty to live with integrity, opening the heart to deeper, more authentic connections, trusting destiny while steering your own empowered choices. Remember, being watched is not a limitation, it's an invitation to rise, shine, and transform. The Watchers reflect the power you carry. How you engage with that attention shapes your future. If this journey has resonated with you, and you're ready to continue walking your own path of growth and tranquility, I invite you to subscribe to The Road to Tranquility. Here, we explore deeper insights, practical tools, and cosmic wisdom to guide you through life's complexities with calm strength. Join our community, share your experiences, and step boldly into your true self. Your journey is unique, but you are never alone on the road to tranquility. Stay radiant, stay courageous, and keep moving forward.